Hello, everybody. Vikas here from InstaWP. Welcome to this webinar. As always, I'm your host, and today we have a very exciting topic on how to create a website as a service using WooCommerce and InstaWP. This is something we have discussed before, but this is completely new on how we are going to do this. So I hope you will enjoy today's webinar. We'll just give one more second, one more minute for people to join the webinar. And in the meantime, I would like to welcome Sibuda and Shoaib to the webinar. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your time. This webinar will obviously be recorded in our YouTube channel automatically, so you can always go back to it. And anybody else on the feed, on the webinar, please feel free to say hi and who you are, your name, where are you from, and what time is it for you. All right, so we'll give just 30 more seconds. Hey, Lavel from Facebook, or Masood, I don't know which one do you prefer. Welcome to this webinar. Hey, Gianni. Thanks for being here. Hey, Paul, all the way from Canada. By the way, I am streaming from Bangalore. That is my home city in India. And it's 9 p.m. for me. So not so late. Hey, Lavender from Greece. Athens, a beautiful city of Athens. I've been there for WordCamp, and it was amazing. Hey, Elizabeth from South Africa. Great. We are also looking forward to show you what we have. All right. So without further ado, let's get started. I think we have a great audience today, and I hope you are looking forward to what we have to show. So today's topic is about how to use our new integration with WooCommerce to sell websites on your own website, right? How to basically create your own website as a service using the integration which we have built. And actually, the main reason why we are here is to show you that what is new with InstaWP, so that you can actually build your business around it. So just a bit of a history lesson. So far, until last year, we were a sandbox/staging company. You can create staging very easily using the UI, using APIs, and people loved it. Thousands and thousands of agency owners and developers started using InstaWP, and everybody really loved it. And then we launched hosting in partnership with WP.cloud, which was also received really well. But then the difference between the platform was actually creating a hindrance between what we have as a staging and what we offered as hosting. So this year, just 2 months ago, we launched native hosting plans, and any staging site on InstaWP can now easily be converted to a full-blown production site. There is no difference between the platform. I mean, the platform is the same. We just allocate more resources to the production side, and we add CDN and security shield to it. So we'll talk about that during the presentation, but I just wanted to set the context right. So, all right, I'm going to share my screen now without further ado. All right, let me know when you see my desktop. I think it's now live. All right, so today we are here to talk about building a WaaS using WooCommerce and InstaWP. And again, thanks for being here. So today the presentation is actually not a lengthy one. It is all about demos and how to actually set it up. What we are going to talk about is what is WaaS and why does it matter, if you have been to our earlier WaaS presentations, I think we started last year when we started the integration with third-party hosting providers. So we used to have, and we still have, integration with third-party control panels like Run Cloud or SubRavatar. And then we started with, as I said, we started hosting with in partnership with WP.cloud. All that is changing now. We are no longer in partnership with any third-party control panels. The reason being, there is just too much moving parts, right? When we started integrating with third-party APIs, it just changes a lot and the whole platform becomes unstable. So we thought, why not just provide production instances? We learned a lot during staging. The same concept applies to production, except the fact that it is a production site and it needs more resources, needs more support. And that's what we did. So, and we'll talk about that in a moment. So how you can build WaaS on the new platform, we call them new site plans or native site plans. So we'll talk about that. We'll have 2 demos, how to sell websites directly with WooCommerce. And you can actually first show trial sites, and then the user can choose to pay for the website. And we'll talk about roadmap of WaaS and how we are rethinking WaaS. So everything is now being rebuilt. If you go to the WaaS section on the website right now, it will redirect you to our WooCommerce or WordPress integration plugin. Our native WaaS, we are just rewriting it completely. So we'll talk about in the roadmap section. So what is WaaS and why does it matter? It's a service which enables you to sell website with ease. There are 2 things on InstaWP which makes this easier. One, our API driven support. So you can create website using APIs. And the second thing is our snapshots, or in regular terms, it's also called as blueprints. So the beauty about our blueprint and the rest of the blueprints out there in other platforms is that our blueprints are actually saved websites. It's a full-blown saved websites. Excuse me. So you can actually put your content, your plugins, your themes, your configurations, everything, and you save it as a snapshot, and it becomes your blueprint. And with that blueprint, you can spin up new websites as if you are creating pre-templated website, and that's what powers the whole WaaS. So you should know the concept around it. And if you're following our journey from the beginning, you know that these 2 are pillar of the whole platform. We'll talk about the new API endpoints and the site plans, which enables you to build integrations. It is actually so easy to build your own integration now. There are many companies who are working with us. They are white labeling the whole platform. They are basically building InstaWP on top of InstaWP, right? But with a twist, right? For example, you can build an InstaWP for hairdressers. You can build an InstaWP for a gardening niche. So you can just choose a niche and you can build your own InstaWP around it. There are 2 ways to do it. One is using the integration for something like WooCommerce, which I'm going to do today, demo today. And another one would be to use the whole WaaS checkout and everything else which inside our platform, which is getting rebuilt as we speak. The ETA for that is about a month. And once that's ready, so if you don't have WooCommerce shop, you can use our checkout. Those who have seen this earlier, it will be very similar to that. At the end of the presentation, I'll be showing the Figma sketches or the Figma mockup on how we are building that too, so that you will have an idea about one more thing which we changed with the new WaaS. We are basically calling it WaaS 2.0. With the WaaS 2.0, the another thing which we changed is that the WooCommerce plugin doesn't actually need our WaaS to be working. It directly talks to the APIs and then creates the websites or changes the plan of the website and all of that. So we'll have a look at that. Apologies for a longer monologue or introduction, but I wanted to set the context right. All right, so now on to the demos. So let's get started. Those who are familiar with InstaWP interface this must be easy for you. what I've done with the interest of time, I've created a website. It's called WaaS T1. So that's template 1. And if you open that website, you will see that it has a nice little template, which I have built using block editor. Essentially, I've just clicked on a pattern, right? But the idea is that you can build this website using your favorite page builder, your favorite software, plugins or themes. It doesn't really matter, right? Everything is fine. There are some questions when people ask that, what about premium plugins? So if you have multi-site license for those premium plugins, it should be fine. The only thing which you need to do is to protect your API keys or your license keys. For that, you can write a basic custom plugin which can hide those screens. And if you want, I can send you some references on how to build that. With the help of AI, you can build small plugins to do that. But yeah, so once you have a template ready with functionality, let's say you have a gardening niche or as I said, dentist or whatever, you can build those templates around it. And not only one, you can build many templates. Once it is ready, this is just a site right now, it's not a template. The second step would be to click on this save snapshot or save template. And then you choose this as a snapshot. I'm not choosing template. Now this is a little bit of change in the workflow. If you have followed us from the beginning, we created template before. Now forget about the template, forget about the WaaS which we used to offer. Just follow along and then you will understand. So enter a name and a description and then just click save. I have done that. If you go to the snapshots tab, this is what I've created. This is WaaS template 1, which is actually linked to the parent site, which is the WaaS site. So now our snapshot is ready. It says template, it is actually a snapshot. I'm using the word snapshots and templates interchangeably. So they are one and the same. I will use blueprints as well. All are same, right? This is basically saved website. Now, what we need to do is we need to go to our WooCommerce shop. This is the next step. This is a shop I have already set up. I have WooCommerce. Let me show you the plugins list first. By the way, if you have questions, feel free to post them into the chat box. And once I've completed demo 1, I will answer them and then we'll start the demo 2. So we have the InstaWP integration plugin. This is under beta and this is live on GitHub. I will share the link after the call, after the meeting. And we'll be putting this on WordPress.org as well, so that it is easier for you to install and update. We also have WooCommerce and WooCommerce subscriptions. So you can actually sell websites in subscription, not only just like one-time payment. All right. The next step would be that you'll get an InstaWP settings. So you go to the settings tab. Under that, you need to input API key. API key is very easy. You click on this link and it takes you to this API token screen. And then you click on add new, click on general read write, enter a token name and then create. So it will give you a token, copy that and paste that in and then save it. Make sure all these checkboxes are selected. These are basic checkboxes. And it also detects that you have a WooCommerce subscription integration and we have activated it automatically. So do you want to enable the integration? Of course, this is checked. Do you want to automatically create a website when orders are completed? Yes. Do you want to auto convert the demo or trial sites? So this is the demo 2 I was talking about, right? So there are 2 modes of selling. One is where you sell a template with the hosting plan directly. So, okay, those who are new to WaaS, I'll just tell what is the definition of a WaaS, at least according to me. WaaS is basically pre-templated website sold along with hosting. So this is the technical word for it. In another simpler words, it will be creating your own Wix, or you're creating your own Shopify, or your own like a niche set of hosting company where you sell this pre-templated website which comes along with everything. Now this template can be anything which you, as I said, as I showed earlier, it can be a static website, it can be a dynamic website, it can have form builders, everything, it doesn't really matter. You can actually put an AI plugin and let the user create the website automatically, because then you can trigger the AI workflow. If you want to talk about that, we can do that too. Now, once this is configured, go to the InstaWP data tab and then select a team. So by default, when you create a new account with InstaWP, you will have just one team, but you can have multiple teams. All of them should show up here. So what I've done is I've selected a particular team, and then I have basically fixed the whole operation under that team. So any sites that will be created under that team. So that's like a workspace or a namespace. Now, once you have done that, you can actually refresh your snapshots. So all the snapshots in your account under that team will show up here, should show up here. So give it a moment. Or maybe I need to refresh the teams. Or maybe I just need to refresh the page. Yeah, I think we are having some issues today with the platform. Sometimes the platform becomes non-responsive. And the great thing is that we did a release today, and after that it started happening. So our team is already looking into it. I think this is where it takes a little bit of time. And hence everything is stuck because it is trying to talk back to the platform. Just give me a moment. Yeah, thanks to the demo gods. Yeah, I think it is timing out. So something has happened to the platform just, I think, a couple of minutes ago. Well, before I was afraid about that. So sorry about that. Just give me a moment while I pick this up again. Come on. All right, so let's assume that the team selection and snapshots worked, right? And the next step for you would be to go to the product section and basically add a new WooCommerce product. And inside the WooCommerce product, you will see that we have, yeah, I think it is trying to talk to InstaWP again. And it is failing somehow. Yep, the whole platform is timing out, which is great for the demo today. Yeah. We may need to cut short this demo today. Let me show you how it looks like. Yeah, so there will be an InstaWP tab in here. And what you will see is that you will see all your snapshot which you have created. So you will select that. Obviously, it should appear to select. Let's assume that it does appear that. And then we select a plan. And then do you want the site to be permanent or temporary by default? Or generally speaking, you will need that to be permanent. And once that is ready, you can publish the product. And if you go to the product page, you will, I just cancel this. I was testing something earlier. All right. So the user will see the product. And right now I'm using the WooCommerce subscription. So I can actually set a monthly price instead of just like a 1 month price. So I forgot to show you that under the edit product thing. It is going to again time out. So I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to sign up. Go to view cart, and then proceeding to checkout. So here, once I click on sign up now, I know this is not going to work, but essentially what it should do is it should create a new website for you using the template and using the plan. So the plan which we have, I will just show you our pricing plans. So the pricing plans which we have start from $2 all the way to $45 a month, and this is for per site. And you can choose to pick any plan. I will suggest for the production side, when you're selling to a customer, go for a smaller site if it is a brochure tiny site, just a static site. But if it has some traffic, then start with the plus plan. So that will be $9 per month. So this is the pricing which we offer to you. But as a WooCommerce, when you are integrating with WooCommerce, you can actually create your own pricing. So the $9 pricing is paid to us, but you can charge the customer any amount which you like. You can say $39 or $29. It's up to you. And once your product is ready and set up, you are actually now selling websites through WooCommerce. And how we have done it is we have used our InstaWP APIs. So if you go to our docs.instawp.com, you will get a link to, let me show you how to actually go there. All right, so this is the API docs. And if you go to API reference, this is the reference which we have on Postman. You can download the collection. To map domain, to change site plan and get site plans. And this is even more easier in the era of the AI world, right? So you can just supply the Postman collection and you can actually create your own panel or your own InstaWP on top of InstaWP, as I said earlier. So everything is API driven. Let me do just one more check to see if our platform is back online. Otherwise, we will have to cut short. Looks like it's not, and something has happened after the last release, so apologies for that. If you have any questions, please feel free to post them. The demo 2 for trial site is something, I will just actually link you to our plugin page. So this is the plugin page on GitHub. So it says InstaWP integration plugin, and I have 2 videos. First is how to create the site directly, which I showed you right now. And another one would be along with the trial site, which I was supposed to show you, right? So I can actually play the video instead of doing the demo. So this is the demo which I did. So let me show you the actual part where the user actually starts. So you can look at the setup at some point. So, all right, let me go to the actual, yeah. So this is where the user starts the demo. Let me just close the subtitles. Yeah, so the user goes to a link, they get a demo website. And you can brand it according to your needs. And what you need to do for the demo to work, we have another plugin, it's called Demo Helper plugin. And the details of that is provided in the video on how to actually set up the demo website. So the demo website doesn't need a payment, right? So you can directly share the snapshot with somebody, which has our Demo Helper plugin. The Demo Helper plugin, what it does, it's once the website is ready, it adds a Go Live button on the top inside WP Admin. So the Go Live button will actually take the user back to your WooCommerce shop. So let me show you how that happens. So clicking on Go Live, and then the Demo Helper plugin has this nice landing page which allows you to go live. And then I click Go Live and it should take back you to the shop. So let's check it out. Yep. So now we are back to the shop, and it has a new thing, which is like the site ID or in the URL, which allows the demo site to be upgraded to basically a paid site, or the site always lives. So let's try that out. And it also says that this site mode is the site upgrade mode is active. So there are 2 modes, which when I showed you in the beginning of this call. So the first mode is when you create the site directly, which is much easier to understand. The other one is when you create a demo site and the same demo site gets converted to a permanent hosted site with a higher plan. So the same product, the setup will be the same. Instead of creating a new website, it will just change the plan from sandbox to starter or plus or pro, right? So, and it also shows that the site upgrade mode is active. You can actually disable this notice if you want to. And the user does the normal checkout, goes to the same flow. So essentially what is happening is that you have, so if I open my Whimsical, which I love to show on how to build, basically how to understand this. So you have two modes of operation when it comes to WaaS. So the first mode is direct website, where the users comes to your shop, they pay dollars and they get a website, right? So this website is ready and the user can actually start to use it. The mode number 2 would be to get a trial site running. So this trial site is exactly the same site, except that this will expire in X number of hours, right? But before that, the user has an option to go live. So this is the live button which I showed you earlier. And once the user goes live, the user goes to your shop and pay dollar amount, and the same website gets converted to a permanent hosted site, right? So it can be, you can choose the plan. So a starter plan or a plus plan, any other plan. So mode number 1 and mode number 2, depending upon your business. So I hope this was clear, and I've showed you the site plans, and I can show you more, but before that, let me check the questions here. So we have some questions which is coming up. All right, so let me just finish off the roadmap, and then we'll just stop sharing the screen and we'll talk about it. So this is the new WaaS checkout which we are building. So if you don't have a WooCommerce shop, this is something you can use, and this will be ready in a month's time. So we are targeting this month end or first week of October. So the user so this is the user's view when they are checking out, right? So instead of having a WooCommerce shop, you are having our own checkout, our checkout. So we call it native WaaS checkouts. So you have multiple templates, user goes to the next step. You can create these hosting plans. So $9 monthly, yearly, all of that good stuff. User chooses a plan. User can either get a template available by end of November, where you can actually sell domains. So people actually let them buy a domain through the flow. The domain buying flow will also come to WooCommerce, by the way. And then the user gets a final screen, user submits, and the site gets created, site is ready, the user can manage the site. We also have plans to create a full-blown portal where you can assign, where we automatically create a customer on your own portal. So you have like a reseller portal where the users can see their own website and can manage domain, can manage the backups, can download the backups, can do SFTP if you can allow what you want to do and what you don't want to do in the portal. So I hope that's something which is clear. This was there before, but we have just changed the design a little bit, and it works with the new site plans, which I've told you earlier. There is another design which we also like. So you can choose between these two designs. So the first design was bottom bar, and the second design is a sidebar. So same flow, but instead of having top and bottom, so this is sidebar, side navigation. The same thing you can see here as well. Yep. All right, so that completes my demo and the roadmap of what we are building. Thank you, David, for saying that. Yes, we have all been here, and I am sure my team is on fixing the issue already. Let me start the questions from the top. So the first question which we have is from Manoj. He asked, what is the pricing to start with? How much it will cost ahead? So what we have done is we have removed platform cost. So there is no cost to start a WaaS. Now, what you will pay is for the sites you are hosting with us and the snapshots which you have created. So let's say you have just one template and with the one website. So one website and one snapshot. So the website which will cost you $2 per website because it is in the sandbox plan, and the snapshot will cost you $1. So $3. That's it, right? So you can start with that. And since you are using your own WooCommerce shop, you don't need to pay us anything extra. The payment gateway will be your Stripe gateway, your PayPal, or your custom. We don't care, right? So that will be the pricing. Will shortcut integration be possible? Yes, we want to make sure that the WooCommerce works really well, and then we'll start to integrate others too. Our concept of cPanel, so what we are building right now is a panel for end users, right? We are also building something called as InstaPanel, which will be using the same thing which I have shown you, but it will look more like a cPanel or something like that. So that is just a concept right now, but we want to build it at some point. Yeah, Paul, so shortcut will come. Another question from Gianni. If you update a template, does that impact users using the original version? Like you add a component, etc. This is a great question. So every time you update the template, only new websites will take that changes, right? Existing websites will not be affected. Now, there is another case where you might ask that, what if I actually want to update existing templates which I have sold? So the answer to that is the managed solution which we have built inside the platform. So it comes automatically with the Plus plan. Every Plus plan site, so that is the $9 website, you get site management for free. So every site you sell will show up under the Manage tab, and you can just select them. Like you can just select all of your client's website, and you can bulk update plugins. You can bulk update theme. If you want to install a new theme, you can do that from there. And we have done tons of videos on that. So you can manage the whole thing. That's why we are called all-in-one WordPress cloud. You don't need to actually install a management plugin to do that. Can you use one license to sell more than one website? If you are talking about plugin license, then I don't think you can sell it. You need a multi-site license, and the best person to talk to would be the person who is selling the plugins. Yeah, I'm happy to explain the pricing structure again if you have specific questions. All right, so I think, do we have more questions here? There's a great question from Roland. Is hosting in Europe, Germany is possible? So we have data centers in US, UK, Germany, Singapore, and Australia. So you can choose from anywhere. When you create a website, make sure you select the right data center. I'm not sure what is EEA. Is that European Union? I've covered all the questions. Yeah, I think I have covered all the questions. If you have any other questions, I know I'm running a bit fast. I just want to see that if the platform is back online or not, because that is, yeah, now it is back online. I can actually show you the process of checkout. So let me do that. All right, so if you remember, we were doing a checkout earlier. I wanted to just show you what happens when somebody checks out. So let's do that. So it calls our API internally and then calls it to create a website. All right, so the website is now ready. It shows up in the final screen, the order confirmation screen. So the user can see the URL. If you have a white label, if you have basically linked your white label URL, this will be also using your suffix domain instead of our public domain. So you can hide that too. And it looks exactly like the template as expected. The user gets a username and password. User gets to log into the website automatically. User can also do map domain. So user can buy a domain from somewhere else and then basically provide a domain name and a domain type and click on map domain to map the domain. Right, so everything is ready. And if you go to my account and go to orders tab, and this details will again be shown here. So the user can always go back to their orders tabs and have a look at their websites. Not only this, if you go back to your shop, that is your shop. And if you go to InstaWP under sites, you will see all the sites created by the WooCommerce orders. And it also links the order number here. So you can click on that order and go to the order detail page, and you will see that you will see notes about which website was linked to it. And you can manage, you can do some little bit of management here. You can see the username and password. You can also open in InstaWP if you want to see the InstaWP details page for the website. If you want to delete the website from here, you can do that too. And this will just continue to grow as we see more users. I will invite you to join our Discord channel, or if you are interested in the WaaS, please feel free to reply to the email which we will send you for the webinar, and we will add you to a custom list which we are preparing. It's a mailing list so that we can send you more frequent updates. So either you can join the Discord channel or you can join our mailing list. Both of that will be sent to you. So if you subscribe it, you will get more information. So I hope that was a good demo. And oh shoot, did I not share my screen? Oh man. All right. I did not. Today everything is going great. So I think now my screen is shown. Thank you for sticking so far. I'll try to do that again. All right. So over the top. Going fast. As you know, my commentary already. The user gets a website. Should get a website if our platform is working well today. Today, everything which can go wrong is going wrong. So bear with me. All right, so the website is ready for the user. It shows up in the order detail page. This is the non-white label domain I was talking about. And the user gets a website. User has username, password, etc. User can do map domain, but right now they need to buy a domain from elsewhere. As I said earlier, we'll be linking that domain buying part as a part of the process too. If you go to the InstaWP site section, you can see all the sites being created and the WooCommerce orders linked to it. So hope this makes sense, and hope you were not blown away by a great demo today. It was amazing. So thank you, Lavender and Roland. That is really, really motivating. Thanks for sticking by so far. Will you add the option to see the site usage statistics? Yes, we are adding that, Caesar, very soon. So you will be seeing real-time usage of CPU and RAM, 100%. So that's in the works. All right, my video is gone now. So as I said, everything and anything which can go wrong is going wrong today. All right, backup camera. Yep, I look great in the backup camera. All right, any other questions, guys, for me? Thank you, Elizabeth. And I hope you will try the new WaaS thing. I think, let me just paste the GitHub URL so that you can actually download the plugin today. And if you want to test it out, please go for it. Thanks, David. Thanks, Roland. Thanks, everybody, for being on the webinar today. Really appreciate it. Take care. Bye-bye.